weird.
I know. Where are we?
We are at the Pearl restaurant, darling.
The Pearl restaurant? A restaurant we've been at a few times.
No, once for me. I think.
Okay, I've been here a few times.
Yep.
And we decided to do it. You know how it goes. Welcome to Lots of Love and
Butter.
let's go for some steak and seafood.
Oh yeah, baby.
What's the matter, baby?
Well, I don't know what to get, right? I love fish and chips because the beer batter on the fish is really good. And I'm supposed to be eating as much white fish as I can, according to the doctor. Anyway, so the fish and chips, always a good idea. And they have potato flats here, which are really good. And or the shrimp and scallops, the seared shrimp and scallops over truffle, mushroom risotto, and asparagus. I'm not 100% sold on the risotto, but it's really about the scallops and
You're
shrimp.
talking like a mile an hour.
I know.
Which do you want? Make a decision, Mr. Love and Butter.
All right, we'll find out. Stay tuned. Keep tuned. Yeah.
No, what is it that you tell me? Don't go
Anywhere.
I was gonna say nowhere.
I'm already on it. Go.
So I am going to have very easy choice for me here at the Pearl. I am going to have the crab cake. Crab cake is pan-seared lump crab meat, red onions that I love, scallions, another thing that I love very much, and stone grade aioli.
Ooh, yummy.
As I sip my
Shirley Temple. I have to make those at home for you, don't I?
I love when my honey makes Shirley Temple. What is in the Shirley Temple, by the way?
Well, it started out as ginger ale and grenadine. We make it at home with Sprite and cherry syrup when we buy those maraschino cherries. Yeah, and it's so good. Yummy.
He makes Shirley Temples for me all the time.
Yep.
Wow, this is really good here. Their bread is soft and warm and amazing.
I think it's like a French sourdough. It's really
I love
good.
sourdough. I'm a big fan of sourdough. French bread or sourdough, super delicious. A comer. So I got a question for you. I know when we were dating, you mentioned that you were a waiter.
Yep.
I mean, we talked a lot about different things.
Yeah.
We would be hours on the phone as I'm enjoying this piece of bread. Can you tell me some tips like about waiting a table, like
Sure.
just random stuff that you have to
Random
learn?
things that people don't know. It used to be an art form to wait, and I was trained by a mobile rated waiter. So the mobile, he was rating, mobile. Anyway, he was mobile rated, so he's like, okay, this is actually how you wait tables. And there's a whole bunch of rules you have to follow as a waiter. So if you're a really good waiter, the first thing is when you serve from the left and you remove from the right. So it's clockwise, right? And it's always clockwise, no matter what. So if you serve from the left, I don't know what you do with the booth. Anyway, in that situation, it doesn't matter. The other things are like,
But you waited like in the Swiss Hut, so that place was very.
Yeah.
That's the restaurant that's between both states.
Yeah, it was. They actually got sold last year before Christmas, and I think they're not opening it up again.
They had like a ski resort in the background.
Yeah, you should throw a picture up there. I think we've got pictures.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do have a picture. We'll
Yeah,
I'm
so
glad I had the opportunity to
The
at
bow
least
tie,
go.
the vest, the cummerbund, all that good stuff. So
Wow, so
high-end training.
you were taught a lot of things.
Yep, how to fold napkins, which we saw when we were at Capriccio's,
Yes.
Capriccio's. But it's where the forks go on the left. You fork, and when you're eating, you eat from the outside in. So it's the appetizer fork, the salad fork, dinner fork. Same thing on the right is your spoon. So you have your soup spoon, and then you have your regular spoon, a teaspoon, and then you have your big butter knife.
You know all that stuff. I don't even
Yeah.
know any of that stuff. That's hilarious.
I don't know what good it does, but it's there.
No, it's important, especially us women. We like to make sure that our tables are pretty, especially for Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
And this is how I was trained a long time ago. Well, women always get waited on first.
Women
That's the rule.
always get waited
So
on
women get
first.
sat first, and they get waited on. I.e., when you're sitting down, the woman gets the menu first. If you have no women, then you have to go oldest man to youngest man. So if you have a group of like a business group, you wait on their table, you look at the oldest one, and you go, okay, here's the menu first, and then the next menu, and so on. And you wait the same way. So when you're waiting on the table, you look at the group, and then you start with the woman, and even if it doesn't matter where they're sitting, and you go from there. And if you're a really good waiter, there's no such thing as a pack. Like you don't have the the thing. It doesn't exist. And then you go back into the kitchen, you write it down really quickly, you punch it in.
So you just remember it. You just gotta remember it.
Yeah, you use devices. You know, that short guy who's bald, maybe they're Mr. Potato Head. You know, a beautiful woman, she's just hottie, like hottie number one, whatever it is. So
That's so
you go
funny,
from that.
Bobby.
It's-
That's what you used to do.
Yep. Make a lot of money with things. Depending on where you go, you can make a lot of money.
That's awesome. What is that thing that they slide around the table
Oh,
like
the
to
crumb, is it the crumb cleaner or the crumb device? I don't know what the official word is, but every time a
What's the
course has
roll?
gone in, it was, that cool curved thing. It looks like a long pen. Anyway,
Yes.
So you have to clean the crumbs off every course, in between every course.
So in between every course, if you're a fantastic waiter, you're going to clean with the crumb
And
thingy.
God help you if you put food down before the other dishes are cleared away. If you put food down before you get cleared away, the dining room manager will come over and like literally give the people like a free meal. That's
Wow.
how like serious it is. So when we're done with our plates, they have to be removed before the new ones get put down. If you don't, then you're
This
in
was
trouble.
a class
Yeah.
of waiting
It was
101
Waiting 101 with French.
with French. Boy, we learned a lot in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
My crab cakes are amazing.
awesome.
But what did you end up ordering?
I got the fish and chips. I'm a fish and chips fan because I like the beer battered cod, and it looks really good.
That looks
And I love the potato
amazing.
flats.
Look
These
at
potato
that.
flats are becoming more popular in the area, and they're so yummy. I love them a lot.
What are you gonna put on there? You asked her for something.
Malted vinegar. I'm a malted vinegar guy on my fish.
You know, I love malted vinegar too.
Aw, we're meant to be together.
They are. And I got my amazing
Look at
crab
those. Look at
cakes.
those. Ooh, so
You
good.
know, Liz never disappoints. I think we have some followers that love my dishes more than they love yours.
Yeah, well, let's talk about
They
steak.
probably think that I order the best things, or is it French?
Go ahead, you can be honest.
Go ahead, comment below. Limon, some lime. No, lemon. It's because in Spanish, limon, lime.
I'm learning something new every day.
The crab cake. Look at all of it.
That looks so good. You're gonna be full after one, and I know you're gonna have to share it with me.
So good. The corn.
The corn. Got smashed potato, babe.
I don't know where that came from. This is like our only meal of the day.
I know.
When we do love and butter, we eat so much that we don't eat enough. Nice and soft. Asparagus
So
that I
good.
love so much. But these two babies are the star of the show.
I love them.
Love it. So good.
Just a little bit. Oh, and I love tartar sauce too. Very excited. All right, let's give it a shot. I grew up with a great seafood restaurant in Berkshire. It's very close
Ooh,
to
it's
our
nice and
house.
crunchy.
It is. It's beer battered.
So crunchy, so yummy.
That's done so perfectly. And these things, oh my goodness. These are the bomb. These are the bomb.
Que rico. I had a little bit of his fish. Oh my God. So good. I stole some of the fish. Now I'm almost thinking I should order that.
So, I heard there's a coconut carrot cake. Is that something you would partake in, or something else for dessert?
I am not a carrot cake fan. Me no like carrot cake. No,
Coconut
thank you.
though? It's a coconut carrot coke.
A coconut cake, but you add the carrot, it's no longer any good.
No bueno.
No es bueno, no es
Let's
bueno.
see what else they have. What was the dessert?
It's
What did they say?
terrible. All right, she came back and she told us the carrot cake, the coconut carrot cake. Then she mentioned the basic chocolate
chocolate
cake
with chocolate.
with chocolate icing. And then she said two magical ones: Oreo
Cream pie.
cream pie, and the raspberry cheesecake. So we said definitely one of course, one of each. Oreo for French and raspberry cheesecake for me. You did not say that. That's hilarious.
I did.
What do you have there?
I've got an Oreo cream pie.
I should do like one of those major close-ups, like, boom, that's so yummy.
It's an Oreo, all right. It's really good. And I have coffee. Delicioso.
Okay, I'll stop. I have.
What's that? What's that?
This is the raspberry cheesecake. I don't remember the last time I had cheesecake. It looks amazing. Doesn't it look beautiful?
And I think they make it fresh. She said they just finished making it, if I'm not mistaken. That's something new. Oh, delicious.
That's really good.
Take a bite. I'm gonna have to take a bite. Don't eat it all.
Can we do a swap?
Why?
Just for a second.
What do you mean for a second? You hate Oreo.
I love chocolate though.
Aww.
Let me just try some.
I'm not a cheesecake fan.
Look at that. I need chocolate in my life right now.
So what do you got there, Lizzie?
Yes. Yes.
You got my Oreo cream pie, huh?
Chocolate. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like Reina says, nummy nummy. Nummy nummy.
I want it back. I want it back.
Oh my god.
I want it back. Stop it. Stop it.
Lizzie, where your cheesecake go? Oh, fine. Here, take it.
This is so good. So tell us a story as I enjoy your Oreo dessert.
Well, I remember one time, it was very funny. I was waiting tables at the Hoplands, and this young woman came in, and she wanted to know if the French onion soup was vegetarian, you know. So I'm like, I'll check with the kitchen, as you're supposed to do. So I go downstairs to the kitchen. I try to talk to the sous chef. The sous chef's yelling at the chef, like they're screaming at the other waiters. I'm like, I'm just gonna make something up. So I went back upstairs and I told her, you know what? It's vegetarian. I gave it to her. She ate it, the best ever. So 3 months later, she comes back, and I wasn't waiting on the table. My buddy Todd was, and I was waiting on the table like 3 over from her. And she sat down and said, "Can I have the French onion soup because it's vegetarian?" Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I could hear the conversation. And he looked at her and said, "Who said it was vegetarian?" And she pointed me out as I was walking down the stairs. And I was like, "Oh, dope." Anyway, she ordered it. She ate it. So much for vegetarian.
So she wanted it again, regardless.
She ate it again. So it's just soup. She'll be okay.
Oh, Bobby, you lied while you were waiting
It was
a
one
table.
of those things that you regret when you're like 50 years old. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway.
That's so funny. All done.
All done.
Stuffed.
Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Turn me over. I'm done on this side. Those are all white guy expressions.
I'm done. They're all what?
White guy expressions.
Okay. I've noticed. I've learned a few.
Blow chunks is my favorite.
That's disgusting.
It is, but it's funny. Anyway. And that blows chunks.
When I say something, the first time you said that, I was like, oh my God, this just happened. He was like, yeah, that really blows chunks. I was like, what? It blows chunks?
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's
Anyways,
terrible.
we're supposed to be talking about food.
We are. We're supposed to be talking about steak and seafood restaurant called
The Pearl.
The Pearl.
Yes, the Pearl.
The Pearl.
So I had my crab meat that I love and enjoyed very much so. Super delicious. Yes, the crab cakes and the mashed potatoes. I will say the asparagus was so garlicky and buttery and grilled, and it was
I won't be kissing her for like
delicioso.
3 days. Yeah.
Nuh-uh, it wasn't that garlicky.
Okay. I didn't have any. It looked good though. I wanted some.
And your food?
My food was really good. It was very delicious. It was very it was light for a fish and chip. Like, you know, usually you get like fish and chips and it's a little heavy because the batter's too heavy. But it was really good. I think you enjoyed it as well.
Let me tell you, I almost wanted to steal his dinner. I didn't. I was nice.
As you can see by
but
the video.
But it was so delicious. The crust. That was a what? Fish?
It's a cod. So it's a North Atlantic cod. So white
North
fish.
Atlantic cod.
Yep.
Absolutely delicious. The beer battered like crust was
crunchy
and
tasty.
Amazing. And I was like, oh, I should have
good.
got that.
And I put my malted vinegar on it too.
Yes, delicious. We had dessert.
Well, I tried. Not that I need it, but
the waiter literally came back and she was like, is everything okay? And she kind of looked like, why are both plates in front of her? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I stole his dessert. I really just needed some chocolate.
It was good. The dessert was my favorite, the Oreo. It was good. It was good.
Moose pie. Delicious. You grab some coffee.
They make it here.
Yeah, fresh, great. They came to us a few times and asked, maybe it was like the manager or the floor, what do you call it?
the floor. Yeah, he was the dining room manager.
Dining room manager.
Yeah.
So came and said thank you for coming, and how was everything after the storm, because we just went through Hurricane Ian, which was crazy here in Naples, Florida. But we made it through. Restaurants are now opening up, so we are so excited to be able to film our 24th episode of Lots of Love and
Butter.
Yes. So our next one's got to be like super special. It's 25, and every 25 we're just gonna like rock it out. We'll do the 50. Can you imagine when we get to like our 100th episode?
It's gonna be fun. We'll be doing like the Olive Garden and like
No,
Red Lobster.
no.
At that point, how many restaurants you guys went to? All of
No,
them.
no, we're no chains.
Oh no, we
no
can't. You know what?
chains.
We got like maybe 4 or 5 in Europe coming next year.
Ooh,
So it'll be okay.
ooh. Yes, lots of love and butter. The European tour.
European edition to all. Like,
Oh wow, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Well, let's talk about the flags.
Now, 3.5 flags.
3.5 flags
3.5 flags
for the Pearl.
for the Pearl.
Why?
Well, I like the food.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere is nice. It's okay. It just some things about it like I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
But just from my perspective, I think it was definitely worth the money. Maybe is what I got for dinner, but again, it is what it is. So 3.5 flags. It's not a 4, and 4s are like, higher end places.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry. And you're gonna go 4. I know it.
I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah.
4 flags for me.
You can if
I
you want to
enjoyed
round
it.
up, I'll do 4.
It was good.
4 flags. It was definitely not as expensive. I think the last time we went
Oh
was more
no,
expensive.
not at all.
But no, it wasn't bad at all for 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's definitely worth it. I'm gonna come back. It's not like it's terrible. Just,
Super delicious. We hope that you always learn a little something when you watch Lots of Love and Butter, not just look at all of the pictures and the videos and the yummy food. And I'm sure some folks get hungry every time they watch the show. I will say that up at the top, you're going to see a bar come up, and that's where you could click to watch the playlist. We've had people say that they've binge watched Lots of Love and Butter. They don't binge watch Netflix.
poor guys.
It's Lots of Love and Butter, and 2 have said that already to us. One was a woman and the other one was a man. So that's so cool that you guys are watching. We learned how to wait a table 101 by our
The
former
right way.
waiter.
The ancient way. It's not practiced anymore, but
The right way.
Yeah, the right
how
way.
to wait a table.
How to wait on a table.
This was so much fun.
was.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Lots of love and
I'm Batman. Butter.